Sulphur in the Trinity of Alchemy. Alchemy, the ancient art of transformation, is built upon the understanding that all things are composed of three fundamental principles: sulphur, mercury, and salt. These are not merely physical substances, but symbolic elements representing the forces that shape reality: spirit, soul, and body. Within this sacred trinity, sulphur stands as the soul and fire, the dynamic force of will and essence that drives change and evolution. The alchemical trinity: sulphur, mercury, and salt. Each of the three principles corresponds to a fundamental aspect of existence. Sulphur, soul, fire, the active, masculine, expansive force, hot and dry. Mercury, spirit, water, the mutable, feminine, receptive force, cold and moist. Salt, body, earth, the fixed, stable, material foundation, cold and dry. Together they form the triune nature of reality, mirroring body, soul, and spirit, matter, energy, and consciousness.
Sulphur, the soul and the fire of transformation. Sulphur is the principle of the soul, the animating force that gives life, identity, and direction. It is associated with fire, which both creates and destroys, symbolizing passion, will, and transformation. In alchemical terms, sulphur is the essence of activity and combustion, the force that seeks expansion, movement, and expression. Sulphur's qualities and association: salt, fire, gender, masculine, active, temperament, hot and dry, symbolism, the sun, the divine spark, the ego, willpower, and the drive for ascension. Functions: transformation, volatility, energy, and the ability to burn away impurities. In alchemical operations, sulphur represents the burning away of imperfections, refining the soul through trials and purification. It is the fire of passion and the desire for enlightenment, pushing both the alchemist and the material being transmuted toward perfection.
Mercury, the spirit and the fluidity of change. Opposite to sulphur, mercury represents the spirit, the ever-changing and mutable force that connects the soul sulphur to the body salt. Mercury is water-like, able to shift between states, adapt, and transform. It is associated with receptivity, intuition, and the unseen forces of nature. Mercury's qualities and associations: element, water, air. Gender, feminine, receptive. Temperament, cold and moist. Symbolism, the moon, intuition, adaptability, communication, and the bridge between the seen and unseen. Functions: unification, fluidity, transmission of energy and knowledge. Mercury is the spirit that carries the soul, allowing it to flow through different forms. In alchemical transmutation, it represents the dissolution of rigid structures, preparing the material for transformation. It is the divine messenger, the bridge between worlds, and the force that allows change to occur. Salt, the body and the foundation of reality. While sulphur and mercury are in constant motion, salt is the fixed and stable principle, the material foundation that gives structure and form. It is associated with the body, the physical world, and the manifestation of energy into matter. Salt's qualities and associations: element, earth. Gender, neutral or androgynous, passive yet stable. Temperament, cold and dry. Symbolism: the earth, the physical form, crystallization, preservation, and stability. Functions: manifestation, embodiment, grounding, and endurance. Salt represents the material body, the container that holds both the soul and spirit. In alchemical processes, it is the final stage, the solidified and purified result of transformation, representing completion, balance, and the realization of the great work. The Trinity in alchemical work: the process of transformation. Alchemy is the art of refining the self and matter. The three principles sulphur, mercury, and salt interact throughout the process of transmutation. Dissolution: mercury, the breaking down of rigid structures and opening to change. Purification: sulphur, the burning away of impurities, refining the essence. Fixation: salt, the stabilization and manifestation of the purified substance. This cycle repeats as the alchemist seeks perfection, whether in a material substance such as turning base metals into gold, or in the human soul, the path of enlightenment. Sulphur as the key to the fire of awakening. Sulphur, as the soul and fire, plays a vital role in this trinity. It is the force that drives transformation, much like the inner fire of the human spirit that seeks higher wisdom and self-mastery. In practical terms, it can be understood as the passion and willpower that fuel personal growth, the internal fire that burns away falsehoods and illusions, the masculine force that pushes toward expansion, action, and enlightenment. When properly balanced with Mercury fluidity, adaptability, and salt stability, manifestation, sulfur becomes the guiding force of transmutation, leading to the philosopher's stone, the perfected self. The sacred fire of sulphur. Sulphur is the divine fire that transforms, refines, and ascends. It is the spark of life, the essence of will, and the force that fuels the soul's journey. In the great alchemical Trinity, it plays a central role in turning base matter into gold both in the laboratory and within the human spirit. By understanding and working with the sulfur-mercury salt dynamic, the alchemist learns not only the secrets of material transformation but also the deeper mysteries of self-mastery, enlightenment, and the unity of all things.